when it comes to certain situations, like pretty much everything that Diaz have said, I'm on the conclusion that the crap that these people do is toxic as crap. For one, I don't ever in my entire existence need any woman on the face of the planet try to explain to me what a real man is. You can explain to me how you like to be treated, which is an individual decision that you want to do. But please do not try to explain to me what a real man is. It's totally two different things. And it always will be two different things. Now, how you want to be treated may not be the way the other person want to be treated. So when I sit here and play these jokes and everything else, I'm on the assumption that I'm not playing it for people to actually try to think, oh, maybe this is the way things are. Dude, then I can't explain to you on how many times you have been absolutely wrong, which is why you're on your 19th and 20th relationship and you're only in your mid-20s. Figure it out. If you're getting
So we acknowledge the joke, Marlon.
If you're figuring it out that you go to the club and you keep getting these little toxic women and you keep thinking, well, my friend got a wife in the club and he's cool, and you don't see that as being an outlier compared to reality, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is more of a sit down and we need to hold a very hours long discussion because your mindset is warped beyond anything that I can tell you. This is a sit down discussion that we need to have, bring you a lunch. You're not living in reality, dude. And ladies, the same way. There's no good men out there. No, there's no good man for you. And your definition of a good man can be so warped that you don't understand exactly what a good man is. I literally looked at a video of a woman who sat there and called her friend, and maybe I'll even play it. I think I can still find it. Where this woman told her friend, I'm finna leave my husband. Why are you finna leave your husband? He works 2 jobs, and we still don't have any money for him to get my hair done, my nails done, and I have no spending money that I can do for myself. So I'm finna take me and our 3 kids away, and I just need money from you so I can get a hotel room so we can leave it. And the friend, being the friend that she was, blanked. You are the dumbest woman right now walking on the face of the earth. You got your husband right now working 2 jobs to support your family, and you gonna leave him because you don't look good. When you gonna get a job?
Well, it's his job to take care of her, remember?
And what's so funny is about what saying, when you gonna get a job, is because technically everything that you're saying is for you. You ain't saying
don't worry about him.
You ain't saying you ain't put a roof on your family house. You're saying because you ain't got your nails done, you ain't got your hair done, you ain't got no new clothes, you ain't got no new shoes. Apparently, he's not a good father. So you willing to ruin this marriage, ruin the relationship between the kids and his father because you don't look a certain type of way.
Yep, that's pretty.
I'll do you one better. When it comes to relationships, and this is I poke people in the eye with this all the time. Like, you say you happy. Is he happy?
Exactly.
For real. That's true.
Is she happy?
Is your partner happy?
See what I'm saying?
Asking that.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about what they don't have, but they ain't worrying about what they're not giving.
Because it could be worse. You could be like me.
Not only could it be worse, but what are you like? I look at things, and this is the logic centerpiece, but it's like credits and debits, right? What are you putting in? What are you taking out? If you're taking out more than you're putting in, you're creating a deficit on the other person's life. What are you doing to make the other person's life better? And if you can't come up with a list of things for what you do to make the other person's life better other than you being present, you got a problem going on.
What else they need?
Because on the other side, this person's got a laundry list of problems. You know,
Tracy,
like I say,
the funny thing about it is I will come back with, you got me, and my answer to you, I got you doing what?
What? Yeah, doing what?
You.
Right?
What are you doing? What are your actions? You standing there looking, and I'll even go another range. You could be cute. Your hair is done. Your nails is done. You got the latest fashion. You got the latest shoes. Now explain to me, after all of that I've said, what exactly are your actions? I'm the mother of the child. That's a job. That's what you were supposed to do. You're not getting
and something you wanted too.
And I say that to the dads too. Don't get it twisted. I put a roof over your head, clothes on your back.
You're supposed to.
That's your job, dude. You don't get a parade for doing your job.
That's
your job. You're supposed to do that. You ain't doing nothing special. And by the way, listen to what I said. I put a roof over your head. I put food in your stomach. I put clothes on your back. Now tell me, out of the three things that I just said, that you ain't getting out of it either. I put a roof over your head.
You put
a roof over y'all head. I put food in your
stomach. Or
as
my dad would say,
you ain't eating.
Or as my dad would say, which one of those things were you not supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah, for real.
Right. So when somebody comes to
what I also need,
child, you're supposed to be the mother of their child. What?
Can I fire you? I mean, what are we doing here?
What are we talking about?
But at the same time, we also got to look at the reality of the situation that we are in. We can't sit here and pretend like this is 1985, right? We can't sit here and pretend like you can run a single income household.
You sure can't.
Right? And now, if you come from a certain privileged position, or you manage to have the right particular opportunities and you seize them so you make good money or whatnot, then maybe you can have a single income household. But that's not going to be a normative situation. That is really going to be the exception. The reality of the situation is that most people, everybody putting in to make the bills go.
Sure is.
Right? And then people like to look back at the 50s and 60s when they're like, well, my dad, he took care of the whole house. Did he really? Especially black folk. Really need black folk to stop misinterpreting history.
Right.
Your grandma did not just sit on her hands. Okay? Your grandma made sure that house ran tight. Your grandma was patching holes in clothing. Your grandma was washing dishes for the family across town to pick up a little bit of extra money to help your grandpa out. So we need to stop this weirdness where we seem to we look back at history and look at white folk and pretend like that was our life. And it wasn't. Matter of fact, that wasn't even the life for the white folk. The vast majority of people have been struggling in America for a long time.
Decades, centuries. Come on, people.
So we got to stop looking at the people who, I'm not going to say they got lucky, because there's some work that goes into it. But there are people who are second generation beneficiaries, right? And you're trying to compare yourself to them, and you will always come up short. And now you're measuring yourself by an unrealistic expectation, which then does damage to you emotionally, psychologically. It damages your relationships. It damages your children. It damages all these things because you're not being realistic about what you're looking at. Yep. You talking about you want a six-figure dude. Okay, if you want a six-figure dude, nobody's saying you can't have a six-figure dude. But if that's your only requirement is that he makes six figures, then you're selling yourself in a manner of speaking. And he's going to receive you as someone who is coming to him because of his financial wherewithal. So you are now you are running the risk that you are not going to be valued as an individual because you never valued him as an individual.
Yep.
And yet people seem to think that it's okay to equate everything to dollars and cents. I'm like, hey, y'all setting yourselves up for some heartache. I don't know how it works for everybody else, but I know with me and my wife, our income has done this a couple of times.
4 years. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
all I gotta say is it could be worse. It could be worse. You could be single out in these streets. Way worse.
Me and Foxy have this thing. We never say it out loud, but it's one of those hidden things that is just so funny. We will take care of ourselves. We do. We cringe when the other person don't have anything. It is a cringy freaking feeling.
You should cringe.
We do. It's one of those things where why you don't have such and such. Well, I didn't want to tell you that I didn't have it. Why you didn't tell me you didn't have it? And then we're gonna go out our way to get it for you. That's what we do. Now, let's go back to you, little six-figure lady. You're bought and paid for. I don't want to sound like it's I can't play games with you being a nicey and everything else. I don't have that in me no more.
She even named her price.
Yeah, you named your price. You named your price. So you bought and paid for. So there we go. You look cute. You could be a blitter idiot.
That's what I'm saying. If you want a six-figure dude, I'm not saying you can't have one. I'm just saying do all the math. And then a lot of times, just to be fair to the ladies, because opportunities have been largely shut down in a lot of ways, they've been very much constricted for men, right? For non-white men. Well, anywhere you fall in but non-white men have seen a significant downturn in our opportunities in the last 20 years. Okay, so we're not getting the opportunities at the rate that women are getting these opportunities, and that's cool. I mean, that's the adjustment, right? It's not being done fairly, but it's an adjustment. So there are a lot of times you have six-figure women who are saying, I want a six-figure man. And in that particular situation, I'm like, more power to you.
Yep,
you're not asking for nothing unreasonable. This is where you function.
Yeah, but that's like me saying, you know what? I want to marry into royalty. Girl, if you don't if somebody don't tell me to sit down. I'm talking about in my current economic situation.
Well, but yes, I agree. But at the same time, because this is where that whole, remember that dude, was it Kevin Samuels, whatever his name was? Right? He was an ass, but there's certain points that were being made. If you want, let's say you're a woman who ain't got much, right? You work hard, you do what you need to do.
Over 40.
You make stuff happen, right?
Almost 50.
But you just live a normal life. You just live a normal life. Some months you got more money than you got month, and other months you got a lot more month than you got money, right? Regular life. But you want to be married to a prince. Okay. I'm not here to tell you that well, it is a little unreasonable, but I'm not saying you can't have it. I'm saying that if your broke ass want to marry a prince, then understand you got a real small dating pool that you playing with. So
I wouldn't want that.
Good luck.
I would not want that.
I know, but you hear so many. My point to using Prince was it could apply to anything. You hear so many. I don't even know how to say this word. So many women want to obtain what they're not willing to get. If I'm if I'm silly enough to sit here and say I want a man that's a millionaire, shouldn't I be a millionaire? Shouldn't I be? No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Hear me out. What I'm saying is I should be what I'm requiring. Like I should be.
You should.
Well,
if I'm requiring a man to have a certain amount of income, and I'm not anywhere close to it, I really need to shut up. I really need to shut up.
Where I differ is that you don't need to shut up if that's what you desire in life. You should desire whatever you want, but then be realistic about what those desires require.
And what
like a lot of times I'll say to people is like, do you live your life? Do you do the things? Do you function in a way that the type of person you want would want?
That's what I'm getting to.
A lot of people want to come as they are and get what they want.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
That is always, I get you, because that has always been the danger. And this is a man and a woman situation. You can want what you want. Yeah. Just like you can feel the way you feel and everything like that. You can't help it. You can want what you want. If your next sentence is, but I'm not going to change, I am who I am, you take me for what I am and everything else, and then come back and go, there ain't no good women out there, there ain't no good men out there, there ain't no good, okay, you know what? This has become not a problem, but a you problem.
It sure is a you problem, because I'm like, nah.
It's like you want a BMW.
And
okay?
You can't afford
but
nothing.
Not only do you want a BMW, you want a 7 Series BMW, pearl white exterior, black interior, leather with silver etched trim. Mm-hmm. That's what you want. So and I'm saying, hey, you want that, you go get it. But why are you going to the Chevrolet parking lot trying to get it? Mm. You might luck out. One day that car might be on the Chevrolet parking lot. One day. Odds are it won't. Instead, what you need to do is get your credit right, get your money right, get your life right, get somewhere that you can afford to take care of this car. You can't even afford the oil change or to get 2 tires. How are you going to go get this car?
I literally thought you was going somewhere else. So let me piggyback on what you. The exact BMW.
Bad analogy. Sorry.
No, it's not. Tell me that BMW one more time, Diaz. Word for word.
I can't.
The
Pearl white 7 Series, black on black with silver trim. I don't know.
7 Series BMW. You want the new interior,
outside, leather interior, black,
leather interior. You want every technology known to mankind to be in your car. Hell, you don't even want to drive your car. You just want to crank the car up and it drives you to work and everything. So while you doing this and you so bad that you can't get this BMW that you want, you walk into the manager, you walk to your manager at McDonald's and tell them, I need a raise.
More power to you.
Sounds stupid, don't it?
But people do that kind of stuff every day, though, Marlon.
Yeah, but that's what they. And Tracy, it sounds just as stupid on a Tuesday as it did on a week.
I'll use myself for an example. For at least 2 decades, I've wanted a house. I don't know why I didn't think I didn't need to get my credit right. I was dumb. I was real dumb. Let's just put it the way it was. I was dumb. Didn't know any better. I just want a house. I want a house. I want a house. Ho, ho, ho. Put in a mortgage, 5 years ago? When they laugh and they giggle, that's one thing. But when they go for an outright guffaw, that's a whole different level of you got work to do. I had to do work to get to the house. I had to get my credit right, get my thinking right. I do all those steps. I could I just want this house. And that's what a lot of these younger girls do. They want the champagne wishes and the caviar dreams, but they living on Baltic Avenue.
But it's not even the younger ones. That's the problem. The younger ones should be like that. The younger ones should be dreamers, and they should also have plans and do all that good stuff. And the ones that do, they're usually the ones that land what they're after, right? Maybe they won the genetic lottery and they're able to get scouted into a rich man's pocket, or they won the genetic lottery and the model woman wants him as her boy toy. Some people get, they win the genetic lottery and it works out for them. But those are your rare cases. Now, those rare cases are always put right in front of us like they're happening every day. But
right.
Very, very rare. But where I'm hearing a lot of this mess is people who should really know better. People who 30, 40, 50 years old. How you still talking like you 22?
because we live in a country where it was genetically, by this point, I can say genetically, ramrodded in our heads that every issue that you have can be paid out of. You want that car, you're not making enough money. You want that house, you're not making enough money. For guys, you can't get that model female that you want, that you desire, that you deserve, as stupid as it sounds, that you deserve, because you don't make enough
That's
money.
one of the most dangerous words in a man's mouth.
Because you don't make enough money. You don't live in the neighborhood that you want.
No, men expect women to make money too. I don't know any. Maybe I just don't know a whole lot of men.
Tracy, we still have the toxic man out there. Excuse me. We still have the toxic man out there that, yes, I would like my woman to have money. Just not as much money as me.
Maybe I don't know these men because I keep
running. Or she can have a lot of money as long as I get to run it.
Or
that's the man I know. That's the one I know. She can have make much. If I don't, if my hands better touch it. It's got to run through me.
Which is a pimp mentality.
It really is. It really is.
So much wrong with that.
Or he wants you to pay for everything. Or
it's still a pimp mentality.
Or you let him drive your car.
Pimp mentality.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just giving out examples of things I know. I have never seen a 50-year-old woman let some man drive her car, drop her off, and pick her up, and some she paid for.
No, they do that all the time.
I ain't seen it. I ain't never seen it.
Because he helping. He makes sure, what's that thing? A piece of man is better than no man. That dumb logic.
Yeah,
that's some idiotic logic. Because I don't.
That really is.
Yeah.
Hey, it is tried and true. Been around for generations.
Yeah, I'm not saying it isn't.
I'll break it down into this common denominator. It's better to have something than nothing at all.
Sometimes it's better to have nothing.
It is better to have
yourself.
Nothing.
Yeah, but if you're afraid of nothing.
We talked about that earlier today when I said there are men and women who've never been alone. They have to have somebody in their lives 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't know who they are, how they really interact with society, with the world, because they never had to.
I can raise my hand and point at myself. Now, I don't need no woman to define me or anything like that. I mean, I know me, but I am defined by being a father. I've been a father since I was 20 years old. So I don't know who I am. Like, it's the one thing I know I do good at is raising kids. So without my kids, like, that is legit, full disclosure. That's like one of my biggest fears is when my baby is grown. And she don't need me as much, right?
So, like,
who am I? Who am I at that point? Say what?
I said,
get another one. No, we ain't doing that. No.
I had to catch that cuss word, boy.
I'll get a puppy.
Wait, you can't get a dog because your wife is afraid of dogs.
But here's the deal, Theo. This is
we're gonna find a way to work through that one. When the baby get grown.
I have said this to Foxy. And I'll say it to you at his protest. I apologize, Tracy, and everybody else who's watching this show. God forbid something happened to Foxy. There's nothing in my soul that wants something to happen to Foxy. But if something happens to Foxy, I'm becoming a hoe. Flat out. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know.
He just want to pay for it to be done with it.
No, I don't want anybody else. Maybe I'm in the same thing. I've known Foxy over 20 years. I don't want anybody else.
Well, what I find hilarious is your thing is I'm gonna be a hoe. Mine is
he didn't want to be a hoe. I was talking about having
I'm like, somebody just need to come check on me because I'll never leave my house, right? Because I'll have no reason to.
I don't have a real reason
buy
to go.
I'll have my weights. so I can stay in shape because that's what I do when I'm depressed. I work out. I can order food. I can go to the grocery store if I need to. Hit the store. Come on back. For real, my boys, they all know if something were to happen with my marriage and I had to be single again, y'all got to come see about me. Because I will be a troll. I will be in my house. The sun would burn. It would be how often I come outside.
I ain't never got to worry about that because
I don't need to chase no women.
My daughters would get on my ever loving nerve. Are you okay? I haven't heard from you the last 5 minutes. Are you okay? It's been 5 minutes. I went to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I can't say that, man.
Leave me alone.
No,
anyway, we got to move on because we really would be going into Monday by this point. We got 2 more videos.
Turn to your neighbor, Trace.
Oh, last week I had trouble staying awake. I was like, I just kept fidgeting in my. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm not one of the ones that sit in the back because I can't stand sitting in the back of church. I have to sit up front. Boy, I should have sat in the back.
Do you sit where you can see the mothers?
Well, the mothers
do that.
No, we don't really do that.
Oh, cause see, like at my family church, like if you're looking at the pulpit, right, on one side, looking at the pulpit, so it'll be on the right hand side against the wall. You have the mothers of the church, the elders. For those who don't understand the black church, is the old black women, and then on the opposite wall you got the deacons.
Yeah,
more often than not.
That's what I grew up with. They do. Why would they always sleep?
They always.
They were
they didn't come to church to do nothing. The only reason they came to church is so they could
open the door.
Tracy, what's it called? It's the first thing you do when they open the doors of the church.
Invitation.
Say it again.
Invitation to discipleship.
No, that's at the end of the service. I'm talking about in the very beginning, very beginning, because the deacons will be singing devotion. There you go. So deacons come to church to do devotion, so they can do that really long prayer, and then
or they read the scripture. Don't have the King James version, knowing you can't read half of them. Oh my gosh, you can't use a modern translation. It's okay.
No, they are fun.
I have to stop. I was joking, but